Hey, welcome back to the KroBros channel. Today we're going to talk about the CZ Scorpion and the CZ Scorpion magazine and all the fun weapons that take this magazine.
Hello!
All right, we're on the range now. It's time to start playing with some of the different weapons that we're going to be talking about today. Brent, why don't you talk about the weapon that really is, I don't know, the star of the show today?
Yeah, I mean, we got the CZ Scorpion. I don't know. Let me just, what I'd like to really do is, and help answer some questions for people, is really, not everybody gets the opportunity to pick these up and shoot them right one after the other.
Sure.
So let's put a couple rounds down range with each of them. Let's see how they feel. Let's see what our opinions are on them and kind of go from there. What do you think?
All right, let's go for it. Direct blowback action. Send a couple rounds down range.
All right, range is hot.
Range is hot.
I like that recoil and pulse.
I've always liked the Scorpion.
Nice.
She's just, you know, they talk about the felt recoil on this weapon, that it's a big fat bolt inside of it, and it is, but it's not like it throws you around. Hell, even the PDW brace is pretty reasonable to me.
I like the ergonomics of it for sure.
Well, that's because I decided to put a shit ton into the ergonomics. I mean, as I was saying earlier, the handguard is aftermarket. The barrel in lead we trust, 3.25-inch micro barrel. New handguard. I mean, this thing is just
I like the Hollow Sun too.
The Hollow Sun's a lot of fun.
Especially with the higher mount. I was noticing when we were off camera before, some of the lower side over bore kind of stuff is a little, you got to really tuck in there, and this mount just really lets it just kind of pop up just fast, you know, just. Oh, I'm out of bullets. I like it, man. It's got a kind of a snap to it. It's definitely a lighter gun. It's a little bap. I mean, it's got a little snap. When you're looking compared to like an MP5, which is more of like a push. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That feeling. You feel that pop? I don't know. Put a couple rounds. Tell me if you feel that snap.
I feel like I've got the snap down. I want to play with the AR-V and see if that thing is near the felt recoil.
Do you feel that snappiness though?
Oh, absolutely. And then I take the same magazine.
That's it.
And then I throw it in the AR-V. Oh, first shot, by the way. Never fired this gun in my life.
We laser bore sight the red dot.
This kicks so much.
Is it
more.
on?
It's
yeah.
It kicks so much more than.
Just put a laser bore sight. We haven't actually zeroed or confirmed zero with it. See, you got to get down low on this.
Yeah, you do.
Woohoo!
That was spicy.
Yeah.
I just caught a face of powder.
So did I. That was different. Yeah, we got a malfunction.
All right, let's see what's going on. That pepper in the face. That's a great
we got a split case in there.
Well, that's federal factory ammunition. Not sure what to say about that.
Yeah, that was definitely a spicy little pop. All right, so it looks like we've got a little bit of a, I don't know if that's ammunition related or gun related. Let's see here. I'm guessing this fired out a battery and split the case. Let's take a live round and see if we have any issues with this dropping all the way in and seating. I think that's correct, the way it's supposed to be. It's seating now properly in there, it looks like.
Headspace looks good.
Yeah. It's extracting. All right, let's give it another whirl. Maybe that was just a fluke. Okay. So it just blew up in my face.
You know, Brent,
So guess what? Nope, it's your turn to have at it.
Let's do a quick, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Wait.
Ready to go? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I guess the loser fires.
Bios con Dios, my friend. I'm going to stand on this side. You got earplugs and...
Feels good. Feels good.
There we go.
Feels pretty good to me.
I don't know if that was a hiccup or what.
So it officially fired, what, 2 rounds before we had our first failure?
Yeah, I guess so. Let's go back to the Scorpion. Let's do some fast firing with this guy. Get a good baseline. See how it feels.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
I'll do a couple. You can do a couple.
Sounds good.
Let's just try to do those double steals up there.
How about some 1, 2, 3? Yeah, you find the target really quickly with it.
There you go.
I think it has a lot to do with the height.
It does. It's just fast.
I think I lost the magazine there. Pardon me, Mr. Cameraman. There's no reason to film that.
I
Mr.
didn't
Cameraman.
set you up for failure on that.
There's no reason to dust it off.
Just choose it up.
It does, and it feels so reliable. And the blowback action, just having fired the AR-V, I won't lie, the felt recoil is probably half.
You have any more rounds in that thing?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let's see what we got here.
Let me get out of your way.
We got 4 or 5 in there. I'm gonna have to go fix the range after this.
Hey, everybody notice last round bolt hold open.
That is nice.
Let's not remember the fact that MP5 doesn't do that. So
Yeah, you definitely don't get that. All right, so I feel like I've got a pretty good baseline of what this thing's capable of doing and how it operates. Let's go ahead and move on to a couple of these other spicy offerings and go from there. All right, so Adam and I have an argument on which one of these is going to be a better performer for the money. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put them all side by side in this man's hands and let him shoot them and see what he has to say. So these should be all loaded, not chambered.
Roger, loaded, not chambered. So I'm going to just throw a couple rounds down range with the Scorpion to get us kind of started.
I almost want to let you, have you, just close your eyes and just feel that recoil impulse. Yep, immediately to the next one.
It's just so different. I have a lot to say.
Okay.
I don't want to say anything. I'd like you to do it first. I don't want to bias you. Actually, Brent, the AR-V. Yeah, thank you.
Right, so that should be set. That should be set.
That's some battery.
Should be set. All right. Let's get a baseline. Scorpion. I really like that setup, man. The recoil impulse, it's got a snap, but it's fast. And the sights are right back on. Like the ergos on this, very familiar AR-15 type controls. Everybody's used to that. Kind of got that MP5 forend. Definitely has a little more recoil to it. You can definitely feel it. This one's a little chunkier, definitely AK-esque.
All right.
Definitely a splatter shooting. Hold on, let me try that again. I'd say that this is almost a little snappier too. This is probably snappier. This definitely has a larger recoil impulse. I don't know if it's the bolt mass that's doing that. And
Break
then
it
this
down.
one feels
3, 2, 1. What's the heaviest felt recoil?
absolutely hands down.
100%. Totally agree.
AR-V 9mm.
Second, but by how much to the score?
So I would say it's probably half of what the AR-V is, and the Scorp's got more of a quick snap. It's not a large recoil impulse, just snaps.
This is a flatter shooting weapon.
Yeah.
You can feel that giant bolt inside the Scorpion articulating as you're firing. But so we both agree.
Show me what you mean.
You know, when you're feeling this bolt as smooth as it is, I mean that you feel the bolt, just kind of hitting you in the face. Go ahead and throw a couple rounds down range.
All right. Okay.
AR. Okay.
Okay. Oh, malfunction. Oh.
There's a round in there. Okay. No.
Oh. Come on. There we go. That one more time. Okay.
The AKV's been giving us a trouble because I don't think it's the weapon, folks. I think it's Adam's reloads that I played with last month. Sorry about that. So
It's good. It's good training.
all right, let me give it a shot here really quick.
You can see that recoil on that
You
AR-V.
really can. See if I can get something out of this thing.
And I don't know if that's cheating because there's a break on this. All right, line them up. What would you say the least recoiling weapon is out of all of them?
That is absolutely easy by far. The Scorpion.
I agree, 100%. It's a snap. It's fast, but it's not like knock you off your, off your line of sight or otherwise. It's a quick snap. You're back on target.
Next,
Worst, second, best.
second best, AR-V.
Okay.
AKV. The AKV, it's a flatter shooting weapon. I don't know if you'd agree with that. I think that the trigger, this is an upgraded ALG trigger, so it's very light.
I wonder if the brake has something to do with that and a little bit of the weight of the actual firearm too to help mitigate that recoil, probably.
I mean, the weight can't be understated to that point, Brent. This thing probably weighs almost twice as much as the Scorpion.
I mean, just feeling it. I mean, without putting it on a scale, it definitely, you can feel the mass of it for sure. All right, so
let's talk a little bit about price. I mean, this is going to be somewhere around $800 off the shelf. This is going to be somewhere around $700 off the shelf. This is going to be probably the most expensive off the shelf, $900 to $1,000 before you do anything to anything.
I want to try to get a better understanding of why the recoil impulse is so different on this. I wonder if it's because it's a heavy bolt assembly and that's just all that moving mass in there, as opposed to like the Scorpion, where it's just a lot smaller of a bolt assembly, lighter assembly. I mean, are you feeling that?
I am. I mean, just for benchmark, go ahead, pop off a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just limp wristing this, firing. Oops, doubled.
She'll double on you a little bit, folks.
So let's just try to do a 1.
Oh, see, it's doubling on him again. Sorry about that, TV land. Be careful with those ALG triggers.
Yeah, you got to be careful with those. Bummer.
They'll double on you.
Let's try this and just kind of limp wrist it here. And you feel that push?
Absolutely.
And you can hear the recoil buffer. Listen to it. Firing.
Absolutely.
And then the snap, but there's not a lot of mass behind this, right?
Yes.
Firing. Feel that?
I mean, you can see it. And then, it makes me just want to go here for 2 seconds.
Oh, don't go into that because this is my girl. This is
all right.
I mean,
all right.
everybody
all
wants
right.
to argue about the Scorpion and everybody, and maybe I'm a FUD, maybe I'm just old, but to me, this is what you compare all PCCs you know, all pistol caliber carbines too, is, you know, obviously the MP5 or MP5K. It's got the slap. I mean, the Scorpion brings that as well.
YouTube load. YouTube load.
All right, YouTube load. Gratifying slap.
You want to throw the YouTube magic? YouTube magic.
I mean, there's nothing compares to a roller delayed blowback MP5, dude. It just, I mean, there's the recoil. It's not even a snap or a put. It's just, I mean, firing. There's just no comparing. Yeah.
There's nothing. There's just, it's definitely a class all of its own.
So then let's see if that'll tame the AR-V a little bit. Let's take that can off and put it, since we're saying this is the worst recoiling weapon, right?
That's a good idea. I mean, if we just go ahead.
So you're saying this is, and I am too. I'm saying that between the recoil impulses, this is going to be the heaviest recoil impulse. Now, let's see if we can mitigate that recoil a little bit with this suppressor and see what it does here.
Look, those are just a couple rounds in here.
I
think that, yeah, it's those damn flat nose, I think.
Yeah, we should have put some ball
I'm
in
going to throw some ball in this TV land. Give me just a second here.
I'm going to put some ball, we'll be back with you.
I'll give you some balls.
All right, so we've got some Federal American Eagle 124 grain.
Ball,
not the flat nose.
That
we were
was a
having
147.
some issues with before, subsonics. So this is what we're going in. This is, I think, what was causing it. We'll find out. All right. You recording? Malfunction.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder what the deal is.
Kind of a jam-o-matic. You want to try a different mag?
Yeah, maybe.
Let me put a couple bullets in another mag. See if we can try that. Okay, try that one. There's like 4 or 5 in there. Just do a mag dump real quick, see if it'll run. But I want you to really focus on that recoil control. See what you think on that impulse.
All right.
No.
No.
Malfunction.
I don't know what the deal is with this thing. I'll tell you one thing, Scorpture hasn't malfunctioned once today.
Nah.
Ball, flat nose. I don't know, man. I just don't know.
Maybe you're just shooting it like a girl. Let me try holding on to this thing. And that AK-V sure likes to shoot too.
Sure likes to double on it.
No.
These are the first rounds down the weapon.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely hasn't like a break-in period or anything. Maybe we could put some oil on it and see.
I was also thinking adjustable gas block on the AR-V or no?
But I'm going to throw this out to you. So as we're shooting these things, as we're going here, I mean, I like the weapon. It's okay. I'm really enjoying the Scorpion, and I'm really enjoying this bad boy. This guy was going to give us some trouble. I like the aesthetics of it. I like the AR controls. You and I both right away snapped or picked up on how snappy the recoil is on this thing.
Absolutely.
I mean, I could tell you already, I'm already kind of leaning to the 1, 2, 3 kind of thing if you take this out of the category. But tell me this thing, is it magical?
I mean, a category all its own, truly.
Hey guys, we might have to take a break for a second. My hands are freezing.
We're in the Rockies.
Wait, you've had an extra pair of gloves this whole time?
Yeah, dude. I got an extra pair of gloves here. All right, Adam. So I took your Pepsi challenge, right?
Yeah.
And I would say in that challenge, we had the clear winner is the CZ for recoil impulse. Second is going to be the AK.
Yeah.
A lot of fun to shoot. And then third, just because of the recoil, if you take out the malfunction issues that we're having, if that, whether it's ammo related, magazine related, whatever it may be, it's still going to come in third for me. So I'd say the new Pepsi challenge, you can take my fucking Pepsi challenge.
I'll totally take the fucking.
And I want to say, let's put the the MP5 up against the Scorp.
Oh, that's so mean.
It isn't, because I mean, come on. If we've got them on the table, why would you not compare?
All right, here we go.
It's on safe, ready to fire. No suppressor. Come on.
I wish I could just hand that to you, TV Land. I really do.
Yeah.
It's just a giggle. But go ahead, please.
I mean,
be my
you
guest.
just can't. I mean, I love the CZ Scorp. I'm really enjoying the AK. This guy I'm still up in the air on. And this, obviously, I'm a big fanboy. I mean, I'm a Glock guy. I'm an HK guy. And the recoil impulse in this, look, I'm not even put it in my pocket on my shoulder. Just letting it rock. Out of these, and let's take the MP5 out of it. Let's stick with the Scorpion
Yes,
mag
let's go
setup.
back to the actual Pepsi challenge.
Okay, so let's break it down. Recoil, who's the winner?
That would be Mrs. CZ Scorpion right here, easily.
Okay, who's second runner up for just the recoil category?
That would be the AK, the PSA AK.
Okay, and then third, obviously, is the ARV.
And when you say obviously, it is obvious.
Yeah.
It's very obvious.
All right, so that's the first one. Second one, let's talk about trigger, and that's not going to be real fair because we've got a stock trigger, and both of these are going to be aftermarket.
We weighed both of these. This weighed what, 6.5?
6.5.
So we weighed this at one at 6.5. This weighed 6.
Yep.
This weighs 3.5.
Yeah.
So
3.5 pounds on the AK. We got 6. I believe, yeah, 6, right at 6 on the CZ Scorp, and then we were at 6.5 on the ARV. So I would say trigger, I would love to have this trigger in the Scorpion. That would be my favorite. That would be an ideal setup. But I would say trigger is going to go to the ARV. And that's not fair because it's aftermarket.
he meant AKV.
Excuse
folks.
me, AKV.
Let's lose the V shit. Just it's
Yeah,
the AK.
so the AK is going to take it from me on the trigger. Which one takes the trigger for you?
That's easy. I agree. The AK all day.
Who's second?
Scorp.
Scorp second. I would agree with that as well.
That's an aftermarket trigger.
So it's not really apples to apples, but even with an aftermarket trigger, it's still coming in as a solid trigger, a really nice pole, and it's absolutely at least a half pound lighter than this on most of the poles we were doing with it.
This is coming from the factory with a single stage.
Yep.
That should be
It is
noted.
a single stage, yeah.
It's a single stage. It weighed consistently 6.5 when we were playing with the scale. So we talked about the recoil. We talked about the trigger pull.
Yeah.
How about just the feel in your hands?
The ergonomics?
The ergonomics.
So the ergonomics, AK is, I'm an AR guy, as you know.
Yes.
So the AK for me is just, it feels archaic, and it feels, it's okay, but it's nowhere near what the CZ Scorpion is, and it's nowhere near what the ARV is.
For my AK fans out there, don't listen to him. You and I both know that this feels like a 25-year-old woman in your hands. So I disagree. I disagree, but I mean, I certainly hear where you're coming from.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Before we get into all of it, let's get this over the woodshed. Let's break it down. Let's talk about our likes and dislikes, and let's wrap this thing up.
Sounds like a plan. All right, you guys, we're going to take these weapons to the woodshed. Real quick, Brent and I, let's rank them. Let's stop fucking about, shall we? And rank these weapons. What is your least favorite of the weapons?
My least favorite is going to be the PSA ARV.
And why is that?
We had some reliability issues that could have been magazine related, ammunition related, or otherwise. We did lubricate it and change ammo and mags, and we were able to get it to run properly. So just to clarify at the end of this,
We did.
we actually put some oil on it, crazy. Tried it with a couple different magazines and round nose ball ammo, and that seemed to make this thing run like a sewing machine again. So all that aside, once you figure out this was a little picky, it's still my least favorite, and it's not because of that. If you take out the reliability of it, it's still going to come in last for me. And the reason for it is going to be the recoil impulse. And I'm sorry to say it, PSA, but it kind of feels like you're just trying to be an MP5, only just not as cool.
Well, for half the price, I'm cool with it. I mean, look at what you're getting. A tri-lug already on the front. Now, granted, that foregrip, it looks like a tropical foregrip, but it's made of metal, so it feels different in your hand. I like the brace. I had to pay extra for that. But I have to agree with you, Brent. This is of the weapons on the table, it is, in fact, my least favorite. How about second?
I would say second is going to be the AK.
Okay.
The AK is awesome. Great shooter, especially with that trigger. It's a whole lot of fun. There's definitely some things that I'm not a huge fan of as far as manipulation, controls, and otherwise. But again, that goes back to just me and the platforms I'm familiar and more comfortable with.
Okay.
So if you're an AK guy, Your ratings might be a little different than ours, but for me, the recoil and pulse is going to be a lot lower than this guy. Controls and handling and just weapon manipulation is a little better for me than this, but still not as good as the CZ.
Couldn't agree more. I love the AKV. Brent, you own 1 or 2 guns, and you've said on several occasions you really need to have this one in your collection.
I do. I have said that before. Because it just feels like a tank. You know, this one we've had a lot of problems and issues with trying to get it dialed into what it likes and what it's particular to. This one we've had hot loads, heavy loads that were literally blowing up other guns.
Yes.
And not hurting this. And I think that has a lot to do with that forged trunnion and otherwise. And it's a solid shooter. It's 9mm, so it's cheap to run. And it's definitely something to have in the pile. Absolutely.
I think we need to do a video on that AR, give it redemption at some point down the road. But I don't. There's nothing much else I can say about that. Love the AKV.
I don't know if I'd want to waste the ammo on that, but okay.
All right. Well.
So then, just to be clear, because we haven't fully said it yet, the Pepsi fucking challenge was, do these hold a camo to the CZ?
No.
So am I the winner?
You
Did I win
are.
that?
You really are. And
I heard that.
I can't say enough about the CZ. They've all been incredibly fun today. Although I couldn't imagine my collection without the AKV. Unfortunately,
Sure.
It does double and triple and quadruple on you a lot.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
But aside from that, I absolutely love the weapon. If it just didn't quadruple. And then, gosh, the Scorpion, brother.
You've done too good of a job on this with all the stuff you put on this bad boy. It's sexy, it's fun, and it shoots. And it's a hell of a gun to shoot. Now, all that being said, I'm still going to pick the HK MP5.
I don't even know why it's
over
on the
CZ.
table. I don't know why it's on the table.
Because I wanted it to be on there.
Okay, whatever. You guys, if you want to take all the money you put into these and buy this, go ahead. Knock yourself out. I mean, the brace I think was $500 for goodness sake. So take that for what you will. Absolutely a lot of fun, but I think
winner chicken dinner.
Winner chicken dinner. Absolutely. All right, that just about wraps it up here at the Crow Ranch. I'm Adam. This is Brent, our fearless cameraman, Pat. We're the KroBros. We've had a lot of fun. Like, share, subscribe. We can't do this without your support. Thank you so much for watching our videos. Please leave comments. We really want to know what you think. We'll see you next time. Later.